in the second week of December. Me and my teammate, we both decided to participate in that competition and we started researching about the problems faced by the people in our society.
Recently, went to a stadium to watch a football. Observed a boy playing football with great power. He was able to defeat all the other players and was scoring so many goals. We were amazed by his gameplay. After the match, we went to him and asked that how can he play football so easily and was scoring so many goals.
Then he told us that there are some tricks and techniques of various games and sports, and with the help of these tricks we can win the games very easily. After that we started researching on these tricks, that how can a player can improve their sporting skills by these techniques.
One day during athletics training, our athletic trainer told us that there are some physical efforts which are applied by the player towards the sports which can help them to win strategically in that sport. After that, we researched about all these things and then we went to our science teacher and
asked her that how can science help in winning sports. Then she told us that there are certain angles, movements and different types of motions of our body parts in the sports which helps us in winning the games easily.
After this, we learned this and started developing the app on code.org. But unfortunately, we faced many problems while developing the app on code.org as there were not so many features in code.org.
Then a senior bhaiya introduced us with MIT App Inventor and researched about the MIT App Inventor, and finally we were able to develop the app on MIT App Inventor.
I did the coding and editing of indoor games, whereas my teammate did the coding and editing of outdoor games.
Page appears in which it is written click here to start, which means we have to click this button to go to the next page, and when we click this button we came to the next page in which there are four icons for four different sports which are swimming, football, table tennis and wrestling, and it is written that we have to click that sport whose tricks we want to know. So first let me show you table tennis. So as we click on the table tennis button, the first page for the table tennis appears, in which there are different types of equipments given, which are table tennis ball, paddle, net, etc. And I have provide information about these equipments also. And when we move on, there are different types of rules and instructions which are used in table tennis, such as games are played to 11 points, alternate serves every 2 points, and such as more so on. So as we scroll down and come below to the and I have given two buttons below the screen. These two buttons help us to move on to the next screen and come back to the previous screen. Let me show you. When we click to the go back button, we come back to the previous page, and when we click to the next button, we come to the next page of this sport. So in this page I have included the basics of table tennis, which are basic things of table tennis, which are service, return of serve, rallies and so on, spin and techniques, volleys and smashes. And there are also these two buttons below, go back and next. So let's move on to the next screen, and when we click to this next button, the next screen appears, and there I have given serves, short, backspin, serve, etc. and so on, different types of serve, and it is written how to execute these serves in a game. And to understand the execution of these serves better, you can click on this play video button for each of these serve. Just like I click on this button, and the YouTube opens, and just like that I have given play video option in below every serve. and I have given the basic tips also. Just like to understand the better execution of the serves, the positions for executing various serves, table tennis tricks and can vary based on the type of shots, etc. Now, common shots. Forehand. I have given common shots which are used in table tennis: forehand and backhand drives, serves, wide angles, change of pace, drop shots, inside out shots, and so on. And there is also some guidelines written. So, as you can see here, now there is not the next button, but there is the another button which is back to home button. Means there is no other screen after that for this game. And when we click to this back to home button, we came directly back to the screen which we saw in first. And now let's move on to our next sport, which is wrestling. So we have to click on the wrestling icon, and I've included equipments in wrestling also. These are common equipments, and I have provided information also below the name of these: scoreboards, weighting scale, medical kit, etc., etc. And now here are some basics of the wrestling, such as objective, weight classes, starting position, scoring, out of bounds, pinfall, and so on. Different types of basics. And here are also these two buttons: go back and next. So let's move on to the next page. So the next page for this sports is this. As you can see here, there is also different types of tricks and tips. And the first trick is takedown. There are different types of takedowns in wrestling: single leg takedown, double leg takedown, high crotch, fireman's carry, snap downs, etc. And there is also this play video button, in which by clicking on this button I have shown you the video opens. And let's move on to the next screen. As you can see here, there are different types of tricks. Let's move to the next screen. So now there are the images and a proper explanation of each of the tricks, such as single leg takedown, grabbing one of your opponent's legs and driving them to the mat to secure a takedown. And as you can see there is a picture of this picture also, but how can we do this takedown? For each of this I have included this, so it is headlock, hip toss, half Nelson, cradles, spiral ride, and these different types of tricks. These are just brief overviews, and each technique involves a specific detail and nuances that wrestlers refine through practice and experience. So now let's move back to the home.
Today, I am going to explain you about our app Sports Jinny, which we have made on MIT App Inventor. So let's open it. On opening it, we can see the introduction page, in which there is the heading Sports Jinny and few icons of sports. There are swimming, wrestling, table tennis, football. As my teammate has explained you about two indoor games, which are table tennis and wrestling, now I am going to explain you about two outdoor games, football and swimming. So let's start. In the bottom, we can see an option of click here to start. On clicking here, a new page appears, in which there are four icons of sports. First is swimming, football, table tennis, wrestling, and a description is given that click that sport whose tricks you want to know. So, as my teammate had explained you about table tennis and wrestling, I am going to explain you about swimming and football. So let's start it with football. On clicking the icon of football, a whole slide of football comes, in which there are equipments necessary for football, rules, regulations, and special techniques are present. So let's start with equipments. In this, it is given about the basic equipments required for playing football, such as a football, goal post, goal nets, pitch, and many more. the whole description about this, and we have given you the images option also, because images helps a lot in understanding the concept and the thing is. Moving on, now it comes the rules and instructions for playing football, because without these rules and instructions a player can't play football. He or she would face a lot of difficulties. So the player should be aware with these all rules and regulations. After this, in the bottom we can see the option of next or go back, but we have to move on. We have to go on the next slide, so we have to click on next. On clicking the next, there is another slide which came. It is telling about basic techniques. These are the basic techniques and how which helps a player to win a football match. These are step overs, curve, turn, finds, and many more. Following these all special techniques, a player can win the football match very easily. Moving on. Now we have also given you about special techniques like rainbow flick, elastico, and for more information we have given you the option of play video. This option of video helps a lot because videos are a very important role to plays a very important role in understanding a thing. So we thought that this option should be present in our app so that players can understand the concept easily. After this, it's in the bottom. Now the whole thing about football is completed. Now we have to go back on the home screen. So directly we have to click on back to home. Now let's move on swimming. On clicking the icon of swimming, again similar like football, it is telling about the whole equipments, rules, instructions and techniques to win in swimming. Starting with the equipments, the necessary equipments required for swimming are swimsuit, goggles, swim cap, earplugs and many more. With the images we have told you about these all so that you all can understand them easily. After this, there are some details given about swimming that following these all things we can swim easily and better. Now clicking on next. Now there are techniques of playing of winning in swimming. So starting from strokes, there are many types of strokes: freestyle, backstroke, breaststroke, butterfly stroke and many more. For understanding them better, we have given you the option of play video. On clicking it, a video starts playing on YouTube.
What's going on, swim fans?
Like in this
video, I'm going to
understand,
share with you how to swim perfect
but we don't know.
freestyle.
But now we have to explain you about this swimming. So let's leave it. Moving on. Now it is telling you about breathing techniques, as breathing plays a very important role while swimming. So now we have mentioned all the things related to breathing in this slide. And a video option is also there so that you can understand them easily. And these all are the basic techniques of winning in swimming. So now the swimming part is also being completed. With this, I end. And this was our app. Thank you.